station WEFUNK, better known as We Funk.
Hey everybody, we're just going to have a little shot at the Perl Weekly Challenge, number 107. Haven't really had a look at this one, so it might be a bit interesting. We're going to do the self-descriptive numbers challenge, and this is this one here. If we have a look. So we're going to, a self-descriptive number is one that describes itself, so column 1 is the zeros, 2 for the number 1, number 2, 3, and so on and so forth. We've got some examples here, so let's see how we go coding this up. As per usual, we're going to be doing it in Perl, because Perl is a nice, easy language. If you're chatting, if you're watching, say hello in the chat. That would be really nice. Other than that, I'm just going to give it a shot and see where we get to. Just a little bit of music in the background, but let's see how that goes. Turn it down a bit. Right, so here we go. So, as per usual, we're going to challenge 107, I think it is. Yep, so let's make a directory for Perl. My L key sticks a little bit, that's really getting on my nerves. So, this should fail with no tests, that's fine. So let's go back here, so cd into the same place. Let's make a T directory, T slash we use test2v0 as usual. Done. Testing. Okay, cool, no tests, but it loaded the file, so this should fail. Yep. Okay. So we're going to do this in a module as per usual. And we're going to use, what is this? Let's call it descriptive. And that's going to fail because I can't find descriptive. So what we'll do is we'll switch to here. So let's make a lib directory, and we can have them lib Does that do our test? What did I do wrong? Descriptive. So just a simple typo, but that's why I like to do tests this way, because you catch them early. That's my excuse. So that's fine too. Right. So if we go back to the description, so what we're going to do is we're going to, in mathematics, blah blah blah. What are we actually doing? Write a script that bursts 3 descriptive numbers. Cool. Okay. So let's see if we can work this out. So what we probably want to do is, probably the best thing to do is, let's take this. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a subtest called is let's just make it shorter. So we'll try something like this. Oops. Class is self. So that should fail because it. Let's just go. Cheat. So it doesn't have that, so let's take care of that. What's the number we're going for? Is self-disk. Like this. Cool. So next subtest we're going to do. Let's do one for list. So we want it to return 1210, comma, what are the other numbers? 2020 was next one, and then 21200. Like that. So that will fail because there's no object. So we go to here. Two 2020 and 21200. So that should work. Yep. So that's the simplest thing that answers. So we could ship that because it gives us the first three numbers, but that's cheating viciously, right? So that's fine. So what we want to do is do for, let's do a loop. Let's do all the numbers from 1 to 30,000. Like that, and we should be able to do that. This will be cool. Yep, that's doing what I'd expect. So what we can do is X my list. And return a reference to the list. And what this will do is, yep, so it's failed because can't find those three numbers. That's what we want. And what we want to do is push string num onto list, or is it the other way around? I always forget. If is self-describing num. What does that do? Push on scalar is now print. I got it the wrong way around. There we go. So that's pushing all of them, which is wrong. This is returning that and all the time. Now my test will fail in a new and interesting way. Cool. Okay, cool. What we can see here, both of the tests are failing. So what we can do, let's do the simplest thing again. And return one if shift equals 1210. Cool. 20, and the last one was 21200, like that. So our tests are passing, but that's failing. Why is that failing? Interesting. Ah, okay. Yep. Test 1. Line 4. Got 0, expected that. Line 4. Ah. Because this is incorrect. This. So because I'm using this as a class, that's why I'm having weird problems. So if I do what I probably should have done, what I normally do, and then this can be called up here. Wow, that really annoyed it, but anyway. Have a self-describing number. Because I'm just shifting here. Cool. Back to a vaguely normal thing. What we should do is just, I would have saved a lot of time if I'd done this. we know that it works. So we skip back to here. So this again is a bit of a cheat, but it works. So we could use this and it would pass. It's going to return the right thing for the right sort of size. Let's just switch back to, are we supposed to be given a number? It's just the first three. Okay. Oops. It's just the first three. Okay, so that should be fine. Cool. So that is literally the easiest thing we can do, but it is a horrible cheat, so we don't want to do that. So this should all start failing again. Yep. So how do we want to do this? What we want to do is we want to have a look at how many of these match up. And just type something in another window. It's got to be an easier way to do this, so let's just have a looky. Sure. If I remember how to do this properly. We can do something like my I was cheating and looking elsewhere, and I wasn't showing you where, but hey. 0. Smart matchy, where's me? Tilde there. I think that should do it. Ah, these are all over the place. What didn't I like about that? I thought that would work. Does it not like TR? Thought that was a thing. Let's try. Let's just take a quick pause. I'll do some reading. Be back in a sec. Alright, that should work, but I don't know why it's not. Messages. What do we want? We want. Oh, I've been doing it wrong. Might fail, but let's see. That is right. I was doing it wrong. Mm-hmm. Cool. Okay. So we can do that, but do it more sensibly, maybe. This, and then do the same trick. Num. That's probably going to fail because it's going to. seems to be working. Yeah. Cool. What we can actually do is do it this way. I think. Mm-hmm. So what we're doing here is we're just tacking on the number of times it appears 0 to 9 as we go along. And now we have to trim. What is trim? This is one that's being discussed on all the things at the minute. What is the syntax for trim? Is it just what I think it is? Let's go to Gabor's site. Oh, right, okay. Gotcha. So we can just do magics like that. Oh, okay. There's another magic I could do, but I'm not going to do it. Let's try it this way first. Yeah, so let's go. What do we call it? Description. And we are going to do this. We're going to go that. But first I want to know the length of num. Is that a real thing in Perl? Can't remember. No. This is probably a bit bonkers. We probably want to start at the very beginning. Where's my carrot there? Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. crazy. There we go. So that's correct and that's correct. I want to now take description. How do I get, that's what I want. I know what I think I'll, what do you call it? Truncate a string, that's what I want to do. Substring, is that what I want? Probably. If I can remember how to use it. Which I can never do. Expression offset length replacement. Cool. So hopefully, yeah, cool. So we should be able to hopefully just go string description equals sub string 0, comma string string first, and then the offset, option 0, comma, length of the number. What does that look like? Treat them as strings. Find my warn because it's making a mess of my head. Cool. That seems to be working. So we push this up a bit. This will make it take a lot longer. Watch the clock on the top right hand corner, 4:49. A lot longer. What's the next number in the sequence, I wonder? Okay, cool, so that fails when it's only 300. That's always reassuring. So if we look at this, we should see the next number is, golly gosh, it's that one, I think. See what this does. It's going to take a long time to get to that number. So 1606.38. That's that time in the top right corner when it last ran this command. So 0638, once that finishes, we will know if it's worked. And it got it, so it did work. Cool. So that worked out the next number in the sequence, so that's cool. So technically we are done. Okay, so how does this work? Let's go back to here. So our list command should just return, our descriptive list should just return those three numbers there. And our list command literally, oh, this is a bit wrong because it shouldn't need to do that. I've done that wrong. And that will fail because, I hope, yep, because Atlas doesn't exist. So that was working by because it was returning just one thing, but that was risky, so we won't do that. So what we do is we just loop around all the numbers, 1 to 30,000, and if it passes the self-descriptive test, we push number onto that array, then we return a reference to that array. The self-test is here, it just receives itself and a number, and then for all the numbers all the integers 0 to 9, it counts them up and it does it in order and just adds them on. It appends it to it, so it's a little cheat. Then we work out how long the original number was, so 0, 1, 4, and we cut our description down to that length as well, because otherwise it's always going to be 10 digits long, and we show that number. It would be interesting if this number went high enough, what it would do when it got to base, because it's only base 10, but we're not going to worry about that right now. So we trim it, substring, just cut from the first character 0 up to the length, so 0 to 4 or 0 to 1 or whatever. We return 1 if those two match. I've just used a, this should work equally well, because Perl's clever that way. Not sure if one's better than the other. Doesn't really matter, but it shows you can flip them around because Perl is going to work out if it's an integer or a string, and it handles them both the same because they are basically the same at that point. Return 0 otherwise. And there you have it. That's it basically. Cool. Right. On that note, I will call it a day for now. So thanks for watching. I'll post this one up and stick it on perl.kiwi, the website. So Perl, Perl.kiwi. Perl Kiwi without the dot is the Twitter handle. If you have any thoughts, drop me a message there as well. Other than that, have a good one, and I'll talk to you again soon. Thanks, Mohammed, for another great challenge. Bye.